Hey guys, managed to get out to the property this weekend. Just a little solo camping trip. Having a good time, just kind of experimenting with some different cooking methods. We're doing Dutch oven over the fire, and I did some pizza last night, and this morning I did some sausage gravy with biscuits, and it worked out really well. So I'm trying to perfect the skill a little bit so we can make fancier dishes out here. Just in case we can talk the kids into coming back out and camping with us, then you know, it's always good to have good food, so that usually entices them. So yeah, so as I said, just out here on a little solo camping trip. And I know that you haven't seen much of me on YouTube. We had a lot going on, so I just kind of wanted to do a channel update and let you know what was going on. Some of my previous videos I mentioned we were getting ready for a windrock trip, and I had some mods done to Blu Ox, and I wanted to go out and test them. So we went on a run up to Rausch Creek trails in Pennsylvania, and we took a rock garden path, trail 20 I believe, and it was rough, and it definitely tested my skills. And unfortunately, my throttle control coming off of obstacles, I'm kind of getting better at going up rocks, but then coming down, I don't modify my speed enough, and I did a lot of banging. So I wound up tearing up the Jeep pretty good. I think I mentioned in some of my videos all the stuff that was done. But essentially, I broke a ball joint on the passenger side, the upper one, and it was a bad break. It actually snapped the ball joint in half about midway down, and then it didn't actually come out. It broke, and it wedged itself into the knuckle. And then the little stub of the ball joint actually wobbled around inside of that knuckle and warped it pretty good. It was probably bent anyways, to be honest. So they're the old aluminum knuckles. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. So I got home, and I was trying to get ready for the windrock trip. So I got some heavy duty Synergy ball joints and pressed them in. I'd never done anything like that before. I did have some video, but you know, I'm not much of a mechanic, and I don't want to make a mechanic video, so I really didn't talk to it much. But I did finally get it fixed. Unfortunately, because of supply chain, I couldn't read heavy duty knuckles, which is what I was going for. Matter of fact, I couldn't get any knuckles. Within 250 miles of where I live here in Northern Virginia, there were no Gladiator knuckles available. So fortunately, a friend of mine upgraded previously to a set of reeds and had her knuckles in her garage. So I made a 2-hour drive south and picked those up, and I was really glad to get the vehicle back on the road, because I was really pushing it. But it was on jack stands in front of my garage for a couple of weeks while I got the parts and while I ran through getting everything ready to go. So my timeline was pretty bad, and we were getting ready to put the house on the market, and I just ran out of time. I had a ton of stuff to do, so I had to cancel my trip to Windrock, which is a real bummer. I was really looking forward to it, but ultimately it was the better choice, because we barely, even with not going to Windrock for a week, we barely had time to get all of our stuff moved. But we did. So we you know, achieved our goal. We actually sold the house at the peak of the market. We moved into a rental unit. We'll be there for a couple of years while we get our plans to build our house here. That's actually the spot where the house will be built. And we'll probably, I'm hoping to break ground this spring. So yeah, life's been kind of busy, and I just haven't had a chance to do much. I'm actually still living out of boxes in my rental. Probably will be until I move again. Not any real sense in packaging or unpacking everything and then just repacking it in a year. I hate moving, but it'll be nice to get my house out here. So yeah, it's kind of the status. So things that I learned. Throttle control is really important, both going up an obstacle and coming back down off the obstacle. These things are tough, but you can't bang them like that without breaking something. And something that I kind of knew in the back of my head, but I didn't really pay attention to the concept, and I would do this differently. So I initially got this Jeep and I spent a ton of money to put big tires and suspension on it. I forgot the important stuff, right? So the heavy duty knuckles and ball joints, this is stuff that breaks. The stock stuff is not going to last. You're going to bend the knuckles, you're going to break ball joints. I'm actually considering, instead of the heavy duty ball joints, my next thing will probably be ball joint deletes with the reed knuckles. I need to do some brakes on this anyway, so I'll probably do all of that at the same time, at least I hope. We'll see. Now that I'm in a rental, I'm in a townhouse. They'll probably look at me pretty funny if I've got this thing on jack stands in the driveway for a week while I do all the updates. But we'll see how it all progresses. But yeah, so my recommendation to anybody is to go ahead, upgrade aluminum steering, because I've torn up the steering on this a couple of times. So the aluminum steering does a great job of fending off the rocks and keeping its form. The axle truss, the RCV axles, all those are great upgrades, but don't forget your knuckles and your ball joints. So that's a weak spot on these vehicles, and yeah, you want to make sure you take care of them. So there you go. That's kind of what I've been up to. We've been super busy, as I said, and I really hadn't posted anything, so I figured I would do just a quick update. Like I said, I'm out here enjoying myself, doing some camping. I brought up my my crossbow. We'll probably do some shooting with the crossbow later, just to make sure that my skill is still there. And then I just picked up this 500 Magnum, and I did some target shooting with it, pretty much just to get used to the recoil. It is a heavy gun, but it does have a lot of recoil to it. I actually used, we had a bear on the property I saw on my game cams in the spring, and he tore apart all the bird feeders. It was right over here, back behind where the tent is, and we'd never seen a bear at this point. So now that we know we've got bears, I'm not really worried about it. I always carry my 9mm, and most black bears in this area aren't going to bother you anyways, but you never know. And it gave me an excuse to buy a bear gun. And it's not that I really need an excuse, but I figured, you know, if I get brownie points for buying a gun, that's a positive thing. That rarely happens. So yeah, just kick it back, trying to enjoy life a little bit. Life's been pretty hectic, so I kind of needed the break, and that's what we're up to. I've got some upcoming videos planned. Hopefully I'll be able to get to it. Work's been kind of crazy. This is a crazy time of year for my business, so hopefully we'll be able to get to it. I plan on doing a review of a mini review anyways, of my Iceco fridge. Spoiler, I like it. I've had the Expedition 1 dual swing bumper on the vehicle for a year with a lot of highway and off-road usage, so I was going to do just a kind of a quick update on that. I've got gear like the rinse kit and some of my camping stuff, and you know, meal prep with the Dutch oven maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But you know, all things that I kind of have in my head that I might want to try. I also picked up 2 of these. So these things are pretty cool. Element fire extinguishers. So I'm going to get those mounted. Hopefully, I'm not sure yet where and how I'm going to mount them. They come with this little clip here. But they're pretty cool. So if you pull the cap off, it's got a little striker on it. And then if you pull the other cap off, it has that. You just strike it against that, and this thing kicks in and put out a fire. It runs for a minute, something, 5 minutes maybe. Does it say on it? Yeah, there's 2 sizes. This is the smaller one, but I've seen some videos of it. It does a really good job. It's very compact, never needs to be recharged. It's usable for all fire types. And it doesn't leave nasty residue and all that kind of stuff. So you could use it on an under the hood fire, or you know, your campfire if it got out of control or whatever. I've got a regular fire extinguisher in a Jeep, but I thought that was a fantastic option. So hopefully I'll never have to use them, but if I ever do, I'll let you know how they work. Anyways, that's kind of the deal today. and I'll see if I can get this posted up to YouTube, and then hopefully some of the other videos will start popping as well. But hey guys, thanks for watching. So guys, sorry it took so long to get something put up on the channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's kind of random, but it is what it is. And hopefully I'll get some more content up soon. But thanks for watching. If you liked it, please subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff, and we'll see you on the next one.